What about between group variability? Between group variability is also called the effect to be tested. So within group is called the error variance or the error term. Between group variability, the effect to be tested. Okay? Now, what the between group variability is going to do is it's going to look at the variability among the means. Okay, so these are just numbers, right? Couldn't you calculate s squared for these numbers? Sure you could. That would be calculating between group variability. You want to know, is there a lot of variability between the means? Now, why would these means be different? We looked at why scores would be different within a group. Why would the means be different? Well, it could just be individual differences, right? Because this mean is made up of these people. This mean came from these people, and this mean came from these people. So we still have individual differences, and we still have error. There's always going to be error. So far it's looking just like within, but now there's treatment effects. In other words, maybe these means are different for reasons over and above individual differences and error. I mean, after all, this mean that came from people who heard the same-sex voice. This mean came from people who heard the opposite sex voice, and this mean came from people who heard no voice. So that provides another possibility of why the means were different. So if there is a treatment effect, it's going to show up in this source of variability. All right, the variability between the group means. All right. Now, if there's no treatment effect, then these means are going to be all very similar to each other. In other words, there's not going to be a lot of variability between them. All right. In fact, if these were all identical means, all right, then we would have 0 here, right? We would have, well, it's never going to be exactly 0 because we still will have individual differences and error. But if these means were very, very close to each other, we would have 0 treatment effects, and we would just be left with dividing individual differences in error divided by individual differences in error